showing appreciation, expressing gratitude, saying thank you is something that we do all the time, even for small things. We say thank you for this, thank you for that. And probably the most common phrase to respond to that thank you has to be "you're welcome." And nothing wrong with that, okay? Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with saying "you're welcome." It's absolutely fine. I am absolutely not suggesting that you should not use "you're welcome." However, in the next few minutes, right after this intro, I'm going to teach you alternative ways of saying "you're welcome." So please don't thank me. Welcome to yet another episode of Le Tuto de Huito. I am your English teacher, and today I'm going to teach you some useful tips. Okay, let's go. Number 1. Thank you, Stephen. No problem. No problem. No problem. No problem. First tip. Think about your intonation. When you respond to thank you, you could say no problem. No problem. No, don't forget to use a sort of friendly intonation to show that you are really happy to help and that you want to sound sincere. Okay? So don't say no problem. Just say no problem. No problem. Number 2. Thank you, Stephen. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. Once again, high pitch intonation. High pitch. No problem. That's all right. Number 3. Thanks, Stephen. Thank you so much. Of course. Of course. Of course. No problem. That's all right. Of course. Can you hear the intonation? Of course. Oh, come on. Don't be shy. Come on, try to do it with me. No problem. That's all right. Of course. Number 4. Sure. Thank you, Stephen. Sure. Sure. No problem. Number 5. Oh, thank you, Stephen. No worries. No worries. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So please remember, the higher, the better. Number 6. Not at all. Not at all. Thank you, Stephen. Not at all. It's nothing. It's nothing. When you say that, what you are suggesting is that it wasn't an effort. You genuinely took joy into helping someone. Number 7. Thank you, Stephen. Absolutely. Absolutely. Number 8. Thank you, Stephen. Anytime. Anytime. Here, what you are suggesting is that you are willing to help anytime help is needed. Number 9. I like number 9. Thank you, Stephen. Happy to help. Happy to help. Make sure you pronounce the H. Happy to help. Happy to help. Oh, happy to help. Thank you, Stephen. Happy to help. Okay, now, number 10, 11, 12 are probably more formal. So use those expressions when you feel that you have to, depending on the context. But probably on the professional level, if you speak to someone that you don't really know, you should probably go for that. So number 10 is my pleasure, or the pleasure was mine. And this one is probably more British. Thank you, sir. My pleasure. The pleasure was mine. Pleasure. Pleasure was mine. It means that you actually took pleasure into doing something. You liked it. It didn't bother you. Number 11 is an expression that is used in Britain and perhaps a little bit in the south of the US, I guess. Correct me if I'm wrong. Thank you, Stephen. Much obliged. And it's hard to say, much obliged. Thank you very much, sir. Much obliged. Much obliged. You can say it slow and then say it more rapidly. Much obliged. Much obliged. Number 12 now. Thank you, sir. That was the least I could do. Or it was the least I could do. Thank you, sir. It was the least I could do. Okay, now back to informal English. Number 13. Don't mention it. Thank you, Stephen. Don't mention it. Don't mention it. Don't talk about it if you like. Don't mention it. Don't mention it. You are suggesting here that it wasn't a big deal, that you were happy to help once again, and they don't have to thank you in return. Speaking of which, number 14. No big deal. Thank you, Stephen. No big deal. It wasn't a big deal. No big deal. Number 15. Thank you, Stephen. Forget about it. Forget about it. Forget about it. Forget about it. Can you repeat? Forget about it. And please make sure you link the words together. Thank you, Stephen. Forget about it. Forget about it. And number 16, this is probably more American, I guess. I don't know, I'm not sure. But I really like it though. Thanks, Stephen. It's all good. It's all good. Sometimes you even hear, "It's all good." So, thank you, Stephen. It's all good. It's all good. No worries. Okay? And sometimes you can mix two expressions together. It's all good. Don't worry. That's all right. Of course. That's all right. Don't mention it. Okay? So, the big question is, which one should you choose? Well, it all depends on the context. It depends on the people you are talking to. It depends on the place where you are, whether you're interacting with friends or whether you're talking to more, unfamiliar people. If you speak to people your age or older than you, depends on a lot of different things. But I would strongly suggest that you use the ones that you feel comfortable with. You should definitely follow your instinct, try to read the situation and use the one you like. If you use you're welcome, that's fine, don't worry. But try to use the other ones, just for fun, okay? Alright, thank you for watching. What did you say? That's right. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for hitting that like button and that bell icon. I'm so glad to have you all, and I would like to thank you absolutely sincerely for watching and being here and being supportive. You're a great bunch of people. I'll leave it there for today. Thank you so much, and you'll see me in the next one. Bye bye. Cheers.